Hello everyone, hello YouTube, hello Samba world. This is o Gato de Salto, Felipe, and I'm here with o Gato again because he cannot watch me sit down to record a video and he starts meowing right away. So today we're here to talk about Passistas. What is a Passista? What does it mean to be a Passista? Does it cost anything? Why does everyone want to be a Passista? So, stay tuned. Alright, so for the last few years, I've seen a very growing trend of everyone wanting to be a passista, and everyone wants, oh my gosh, because he is a passista, because she is a passista. So, what is a passista?
A passista é aquela negra, branca, mulher empoderada, batalhadora, guerreira, que ama sambar, que ama a sua arte, que ama a sua escola e que principalmente vive com muita dificuldade lá em cima das comunidades, nas favelas. A passista, ela trabalha o dia inteiro, ela cuida dos filhos, ela cuida da família, cuida da mãe, do pai, né? E de noite ela vai sambar, porque é um modo que ela tem de, primeiro, fazer o que ama, porque para você ser uma passista você tem que amar muito, e segundo, fazer o que realmente está na tua pele, está na tua raiz, está realmente na tua, que a tua ancestralidade te deixou. Então a passista, quando ela vai sambar com muita dificuldade financeira, com muita dificuldade do dia a dia, ela chega com muita alegria e vai pôr para fora tudo aquilo que está guardado através do samba no pé. E é isso, essa alegria, esse glamour, essa elegância, essa simpatia, que tem essa troca de energia com as pessoas que estão assistindo, com o público, com lá na Marquês de Sapucaí, quando estamos em disputa.
Basically, a passista is a dancer for a samba school. Now, these dancers, they are a group of about, let's say, 70 or 80 people who are together in a segment within the parade. They are all wearing the same costumes, so the male passistas are wearing the same costumes, the female passistas are wearing the same costumes, and they are expected to dance Samba no Pé. So that's during the parade. During the street rehearsals, they also are grouped and dancing Samba no Pé, and when there's any shows in their own quadra, or when the school is a guest in another quadra, they also perform dancing Samba no Pé, and you know, the floreios and variations that you probably learn in class. So, can anyone become a passista? Basically, yes. I mean, of course, you need to be of age. There are a few passistas in a few schools who are underaged, but then again, you have the parents who sign a permit or something like that. But basically, anyone can be a passista. You just need to be able to dance samba. If you compare videos between the passistas in São Paulo and in Rio, you will see that they are very different, and the way samba is danced is very different. You know, samba is not classic ballet, it's not one of a classic dance from Europe. It has not got any rules of how exactly it is to be danced and performed, so the passistas are very different. Every passista basically has his or her own identity.
A passista, eu acho que é a realidade de uma escola de samba. Assim como a bateria, todos dizem, que eu também considero que é o coração da escola de samba, eu acho que a passista é a veia que bombeia esse coração. É o sangue que corre, sabe? É a emoção. Passista é muito mais emoção do que técnica. Para você sambar, você samba ao compasso da bateria. Você sente emoção de estar fazendo aquilo ali. Você passa por diversas coisas na sua vida pessoal, passa por diversas coisas na sua vida profissional, e quando você chega numa escola de samba, você samba por amor, e não no intuito de ser alguma coisa.
Being a passista is not easy, especially in Rio. You have to remember, the entire of Brazil is living through a financial crisis, a political crisis, every type of crisis that you can think of. And that has a huge impact on the population. So everything is very expensive in Brazil. And being a passista is extremely expensive, especially if you live in that context, you know? Because you're always supposed to be very beautiful, you always have to have good, you know, do your hair and do your makeup. And even out here, we know how much makeup costs. It's extremely expensive. And, you know, all the aesthetic procedures, I'm not talking about plastic surgery, I'm just talking about, you know, some massages, or do your nails, do your whatever, your eyebrows. That all costs a lot of money. Keep your skin hydrated, keep your skin healthy, eat healthy. This is all a lot of investment that you have to do if you are willing to be a passista, because people look at you and you will be looked at and you will be judged and you will be appreciated as a passista. There is no doubt about that. Of course, not all of the passistas actually have the money to do that. So the lifestyle of a passista is expensive. There's also all the transportation costs, because they have to go to rehearsals at least once a week, sometimes even more. And if there's a show somewhere that, sorry for the earthquake, this is the reason. And if there's a show somewhere, they have to pay for their own transportation. Sometimes the school offers a bus to take them from the school to the location of the show, but that's not always like that. So I can go on and on about the costs of being a passista. Don't forget the shoes. Shoes are also expensive, and the passistas, they samba on the street, like on the asphalt street, and that destroys basically every type of shoe. So it's difficult, you know, it is expensive.
Ser passista exige disciplina, existe investimento, porque você investe em sapato, você investe em roupa, você investe dinheiro de passagem para estar na quadra, você não disponibilidade, porque você não ensaia só um dia na semana, você ensaia 2 dias, 3 dias na semana, porque eu conto tipo visitas em outra escola de samba, conto também saídas, né? Várias programações que a escola de samba faz ao longo do ano. O carnaval não é só 2 meses, 3 meses. O carnaval é o ano inteiro pra gente que trabalha com samba. E aí, para você ser passista, exige responsabilidade, exige dedicação.
So the passistas usually they go through an audition of some sort. They might have a contact, but still they go through an audition of some sort. The auditions are usually before the winter break, so like let's say June, July, August sometimes. For September and October, usually it's already fixed. There's always someone who can come in late or, you know, leave for whatever reason, but the core is usually already defined by that time of the year. After they are selected, they have to compromise. They have to be there at the rehearsals. If they are doing shifts, like who is performing on which weekend, they have to be there and they have to deliver. Especially in some samba schools, being a passista is something very prestigious. So there's a lot of people wanting to be a passista. So they have to deliver, they have to be there. There's sort of a lot of pressure actually on them, because they're being watched and because they have to deliver independently of how many difficulties they have in their private life. Now, once they are part of the ala and they did pay for their ala costume for the rehearsals and the performance in quadra, they might also have to buy their own performance costume, their own bikini with feathers. Not all of the schools actually make that available for the passista. Some schools do, but some schools say, hey, you have to buy it yourself if you are or if you become a passista show. So there's the passista. I am a passista for Tuiuti. I just perform during the parade and I participate in the rehearsals. But there's also the passista shows. If you look at the Tuiuti, for example, the passista shows, they are those in the yellow bikinis with the feathers. They are usually very, very good passistas, very beautiful passistas who really represent the spirit of Samba, Samba no Pé, and the school itself. So there's this distinction. I would say the regular Passistas within the school, they wear basically a roupa de pinta, so like a little fringe dress or dress with sequins and rhinestones, you know, sometimes a two-piece. But the Passista show is the one that is really going to wear the Samba bikini that everyone around the world knows, with the big feathers and lots of rhinestones. That's it, that's the Passista show. Now, to become a Passista show, it's even more difficult because you not only have to be very good, but you have to be there, available every time. Because the shows that the Passista shows do for the school, they are unpaid. Like, they perform for free, basically, you know? It's really about the love they feel for the school, and the sense of community, the sense of friendship, since they're not there alone. There are lots of factors that influence the life of a Passista or of a Passista show. And that's something that we have to think about. We, people who live abroad in different countries and who want to go to Rio to parade and want to be a Passista just like that. You know, there's a lot of sacrifice involved from the side of the Passistas. And it is partially unfair even for me, you know, to just arrive there right before Carnival, even if it's a month before Carnival, and say, hey, I'm a Passista, I'm here, I want to be right in front. No, that's not how it works. They are rehearsing already from June and from, I don't know, June, July, August, September, but they've been rehearsing, and they are rehearsing, and they're always rehearsing, and they're always training. And, you know, just coming there to Carnival and expecting to be a Passista is unfair. It's possible, it's doable. There are even some Passistas or some groups or some schools who make those Passista spots commercial, so they sell them, which I suppose is fine, you know. As a Brazilian sambista and samba dancer who lives abroad, I can say that I have come to terms with the fact that sometimes I have to pay. I do not pay for my Passista spot, but I pay sometimes for an international ala or for whatever I'm doing, because I believe that I also have the responsibility to help the school financially if I have the means to. So I see that can apply to some people living abroad who also wish to become Passistas, but do understand that there might be some resentment when you get there, because, you know, you just arrived like 2 or 3 or 4 weeks before Carnival, and those people, they've been dancing their asses off for many, many months. This does not happen in every school. Most of them are very nice and very open, you know, they're also very interested to know where you are from and what you do and how come you go into Samba. So there is a lot of dialogue if you can speak Portuguese. But, you know, be aware of that. Do respect them. Respect the Passistas for what they are and for the amount of sacrifice they put into their life. So I guess that's the general note, you know. Passistas, we are a group, we are all the same, we are all wearing the same. No one is trying to be better, no one is trying to jump on the spotlight. You are a Passista for a school, and you're fighting for the school. You are part of a group, you're singing the song, you're looking to see that everyone is aligned. You are part of a whole. If you want to be in the spotlight, if you want to have all the attention on you, if you want to be the star, then you have to be a musa or a queen, but not a Passista. A Passista is a group, is a teamwork.
Para ser passista, você tem que abrir mão da sua vaidade, você tem que abrir mão da sua individualidade, que você divide com todo mundo. Então, você primeiro tem que saber se você está preparado para tudo isso.
Ser passista não é fácil, é muito difícil. A gente lida com o ego, com essa parada de trabalhar em grupo. Você tem que saber trabalhar em grupo e lidar com várias personalidades. Passar por grandes transformações de escola de samba, né? Porque está sempre mudando sobre presidente, sobre harmonia, um diretor que sai, um para o novo, se adaptar a figurino, né, a nossa fantasia, que machuca, dói. Sempre quando as pessoas veem o estereótipo fascista, acham que é algo lindo, fantástico, mas às vezes a gente está com dor, porque a roupa machuca. Às vezes a gente está num dia ruim, temos que estar ali sorrindo, sambando e felizes, agradando o público que vem nos assistir. Então acho que ser passista é um significado e uma mistura de muito amor, em primeiro lugar, saber e entender que você precisa trabalhar em grupo para aquilo tudo funcionar, que não é só você, não é só a Kellyn, é a Kellyn e mais 60 pessoas, 60 mulheres em um conjunto, e que estando todo mundo junto, temos um bom resultado. E quando todo mundo começa a pensar individualmente, não é tão bacana.
Okay, so basically, I hope you guys understood. Being a passista is not as glamorous as most of people think. It's very exhausting, you know, it's very tiring, especially after, like during the carnival, when 2-3 weeks before carnival, that you have shows in the quadra, you have street performances, you have technical rehearsals. You get very tired, people, very, 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 very tired. Of course, there is always the beauty of dancing to live music, to the best musicians and drummers that there are in the world, and being part of the whole. But don't forget, there's this entire other side of being a passista that people ignore or simply don't know about, okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you like this video, please leave your thumbs up, and do subscribe to my channel so you know that there's another video coming out to you. And leave a comment or two, or ask a question, interact with me. I would love to hear from you and to know what you think. And that's it. I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.